What's up, everyday blades? Man, I got an exciting one for you. It has been a long time since I reviewed a Medford. It's been a long time since I purchased a Medford. Not on purpose. I just went out and explored other companies and other models, and this is the first one in a while that popped up that really got my attention. I was really excited about this one. As soon as I seen it, I knew I wanted it. I got very lucky and not only found the knife for a great price from one of our members, it's the exact variant I would choose if I got it from the factory or from the shactory. PVD, hand rubbed satin blade. Of course, they all have those beautiful Medford grind lines. Of course, we're talking about the Medford Slim Midi Monkey Edge exclusive with the frag pattern. I am a huge fan of the frag pattern. It's a basic, no nonsense pattern, but man, it just looks good to me on knives. I also have the Shirogorov F95 frag from Monkey Edge. But today we're going to talk about this. Now, the Slim Midi is arguably my favorite Medford of all time. It just fits in the pocket great. It's like the Sabenza size, but it's better than a Sabenza. I would much rather have this than a Sabenza. The action's better. There's no janky thumb stud. There's nothing wrong with the Sabenza. Sabenza's a great knife. It's a legend, but this is the modern version of the knife everyone should be chasing if they haven't had one. So these are about, the regular versions of a Slim Midi are about $500-ish. I think this one retails for like $750 or $8. It's on up there. I mean, when you get the frag pattern, it's a limited run. They're not doing very many of them, so they're always going to be more expensive. But it's worth it to me because it's a beautiful, beautiful pattern. So even if I wouldn't have gotten the hand rub satin finish, which is freaking stellar, Medford's new tumbled finish is out of this world. It's almost like a mirror polish, but I believe it's better than a mirror polish because it doesn't show fingerprints and stuff like a mirror polish, and that's their standard finish, right? That's not an upgrade or anything. The hand rub satin is usually an upgrade, and of course the PVD coated scales. To me, PVD coated titanium is the best of all worlds. Titanium's an amazing product. One of its drawbacks is it shows scratches really easily in your pocket and all that. But when you put a PVD coat on it, it eliminates most of that. I am not a fan of PVD coatings on blades. They just, to me, the two don't go together. And why you would want a PVD coat a modern super steel is beyond me. But some people have their needs for that, tactical reasons or whatever. That's just not something I would buy. So even better, this member, I had heard from a couple of members that the action was a little gritty. If you don't know, the new Slim Midis run on bearings, cage bearings. These cage bearings. I had heard from a couple of members that action was a little bit gritty or whatever. Bearings are kind of new to Medford, so maybe that was the case. So he put skiff bearings in these, and oh my God. I don't know how well it runs on the factory bearings because I'm never going to put them back in there. Because with the skiff bearings on there, the action is just stupid. I mean, it is just butter. To me, this is the best looking pattern of all the patterns that Medford has, or a lot of the other companies too. I mean, the Monkey Edge frag pattern just brings their knives to life. I mean, I'm a huge fan of it. So let's look at a couple of size comparisons. We won't do any measurements. Most people know this knife, but just in case you don't, here is the, let me move this stuff out of the way. Here is the Spyderco Delica. The Medford Slim Midi is the quintessential EDC knife. Here is try to do some knives everybody knows. A bug out. It's a good size knife, but when you look at the blade stock, it's not what you would think of with Medford. It's not the big oversized blade stock, and they offer thinner blade stocks in multiple models. A lot of people think Medford that never had one before, and they just think, oh, big, beefy, clunky. Well, they do offer some of those. Mostly offered that in the past. There's very few models today you can get with like a 1/4-inch thick blade. Those are mainly collector's items. They're everyday knives. They're all pretty usable blade stock. I mean, you're not going to get much thinner than .125. I mean, that's... Let's check the weight on it. Well, scale's acting up. Oh, it's going to need to be calibrated. Give me 1 second here. There we go. 3.8 ounces. Killer. I don't think you're going to get any better than that. So, I hope that's right. I'm going to have to check my calibration on that because it was acting kind of janky. Of course, when you get a Medford, it comes in this awesome Pelican case. I mean, Medford wins on presentation. I put them right up there with Marfion. It comes in this nice box, and then this, and then, Velcro patches and stickers and beautiful certificate of authenticity with all the information on the back. Medford packet to tell you about Medford. When you buy a knife that's $500, $600, $700, I believe you should put it in a nice package. It's not like we're going to carry it around in that, but it's nice to have for when you ship it. We trade these knives a lot. It's nice to have. You don't have to worry about it when it's in those boxes. So this is currently the only Medford I own. And that it wasn't like by decision, I'm getting rid of all my Medfords. It's just I wanted to try some other new knives, and I needed those funds. I can't have 10 of every, expensive knife maker out there. But I plan on keeping this one in my collection, at least for a while. This is a beautiful, beautiful knife. This will be carried a lot. I was a big fan of the phosphorus bronze washers, and for a long time I was like, bearings. But after going through like Shira Goroff and Custom Knife Factory, I like bearings. I love the action. I mean, it's like butter. This one, the lock bar is a little bit snug on it, but that'll break in time and be perfect. You can even loosen it yourself if you want to, but it's not tight enough to want to do that. But anyway, I wanted to show this off to you guys. Let's get a real good look at it. PVD coated, beautiful hand rub satin blade and those sexy Medford grind lines with that fuller groove. It's a shame they didn't do it on the back, but it's such a large frag pattern, I don't think it would have translated well on the back. Of course, Medford does the over travel stop now. That's been a couple of years in the making, I believe. Ceramic detent ball. They put the lock bar cutout on the inside. Home run. Just a killer knife. If you get a chance, check it out. Even if you can't find a frag, they're very difficult. There's not a ton of them out there. If you haven't had a regular Slim Midi, I advise you pick one up. They're killer knives. So, guys, thanks for watching. God bless you and your families. Say a prayer for our country. Good night.